In collaboration between Kuwait Relief Organisation, or the KRO, and the Ministry of Information, a national fundraising campaign has been launched in the continuous international efforts to alleviate the suffering of the Syrian refugees residing in other countries. $7 million have been collected so far in a unified appeal between various organisations in Kuwait to build villages for Syrian refugees, to shelter and provide them with all necessities, including medical clinics, schools and houses. Here is more on the campaign in this report by Salim El-Kindari.
In response to the humanitarian appeal by His Highness the Emir of Kuwait, Sheikh Sabah Al-Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah, a national campaign is launched between various local organizations, including a live broadcast from Kuwait TV, to collect donations for the Syrian refugees.
First, let me explain about the size of the problem of the Syrian crisis. The problem is huge by any standards. If we talk about the number of the people, the conservative estimate, which are the people who are registered with UNHCR, which is a United Nations agency, is about 6.5 million people. Maybe 4.5 are inside Syria, and 2 million in the neighboring countries of Lebanon, Jordan, Turkey, Iraq, and Egypt, and other countries. But this is the people who are registered. But people who are on the ground, who are carrying out the aid, they estimate a larger number, closer to 9 to 10 million refugees, whether dislocated inside Syria or in the neighboring countries. In terms of need, of course, these people who have left their life behind, houses, work, and moved to a new area, their first need is, of course, is shelter and food and clothing. But as they are carrying out into their fourth year of the crisis, they need to have education for the children, they need medical help, they need support, psychological support. So even the size of the needs are huge, we're talking about. And as I explained, geographically, the area extends even beyond the neighboring areas around Syria. You can find refugees in areas like Yemen, Morocco, Romania, all over. They have been. So in terms of size, in terms of need, in terms of geographical area, it's a very huge problem. The public response in Kuwait was great. As normal, Kuwaitis has been in the forefront to respond to the need of their brothers who are in need in the crisis, starting from the Palestinian need, going through the crisis in Somalia, in Pakistan, Philippines, and now with Syria, as we talk about the large need, the Kuwaitis has been responding, both in terms of His Highness the Emir, leading all this effort to carry out a big collection of aid to our Syrian brothers. From last year, the Kuwait government has been donating 300 million. This year, they've donated even larger number, 500 million. But the people who have been paying money for this crisis, even from 1 dinar, 10 dinar, 100 dinar, 1,000, 50,000, all sorts of people, whatever they can afford, they have been coming forward with their donations, and even with clothes, blankets, food, everything they can get their hands off. They have been very generous with their help. Of course, the charities in Kuwait has been in this from the beginning of the crisis 3 years ago, and everybody, the charities have been working in focusing in certain area or a certain type of need. But the crisis has been growing, and it requires a unified effort. And we've got together since the last 2 months, and in response to the conference in Kuwait and the call from His Highness the Emir, we've come up with this unified appeal to build a project of villages for the refugees in the neighboring countries. What our project we are proposing, there are 10 villages. Each village will shelter 1,000 families. So the project will contain 1,000 houses with all facilities. So you need to prepare the infrastructure for the place. It is maybe an area of 50,000 square meters. Schools, clinics, mosques, recreational area, and security in the place. And we estimate this will cost for a population of maybe around 7,000 refugees. It will cost around 4 million dinars for each village.
The 4 million Kuwaiti dinar project aims to use the donation to build 10 villages that include 1,000 homes in each village in order to shelter a total number of 7,000 refugees. After the second pledging conference held here in Kuwait for Syria, various donation efforts have been taking place from public and private sectors. There has been a unified call by various organizations here in Kuwait to support the Syrian people living abroad in neighboring countries and to build for them shelters, homes and other services and needs they have. From the international charity organization, this is Salim Kandiri reporting for the English News.